I guess today I will show you how we can work on the AP automation testing using Playwright with TypeScript. I have two sample APIs. One is get method and post method. This is my post method and this is my get method. In the post method, this is my request body, and when I hit the send button through Postman, I'm getting this is the response. And the same thing in the get API. When I hit the get API, I'm getting the below responses list of array data it will be displayed. Okay, so these two APIs I'm going to automate through Playwright with TypeScript using the access, and using we can create the utils as well. Okay, so I can show you how I created first utilities. Okay, so I'm using the npm accessor model. So before you are creating the utils, you need to install npm accessor model. Go to npm accessor model, search for npm access, then you will get accessor. Go to this website and copy this command and paste over into the terminal, so that it will be in terminal. When you enter the hit the command, and when you press the enter, it will be install the list of packages which is related to access. Okay, once you install the package, then create a one variable const or its input like require access, and create a class export deport class and class name. In my case, I given as a access. Okay, and I created one empty constructor. And this is the four method I created in real time. In the mainly they are using get request, post request, put request, and delete request, right? So that's why I created four requests. One is the guessing get request. It will be get the print the all the list of data. Post request meant it will create a new data, and the put request meant it will update the existing data. Delete request meant it will delete any of the data. Okay, which is having into the server. And when coming to get request, I created one endpoint as a parameter, and another one is a header as an object. So here endpoint is the required field and header is optional. So if you see question mark here, so why I give question mark means it's a optional parameter. So that's why I added the question mark as an optional parameter. And return access dot get. This access dot get, it came from the accessor model. So you can so this one will do the get operation. Post API get operation will do same thing. I created the post request. Post request will contain the endpoint and the request body, headers and token. In here, headers are optional. Headers and token are optional. So in the same way, accessor dot post. I am passing the endpoint, request body, headers, token. And same thing, put request. Put request also contains the request body, headers, token, endpoint. But here also headers and token are optional. And see, even access to the put method in that case when you need to do update something. In the delete request, in delete request also endpoint, request body. In the delete request, some of the API will be having request body, some of the API you don't have the request body, so that's why I kept it as a request body as a optional, and the headers is optional and token as a optional. And it will do the delete with access to the delete, so it will delete the APIs. Endpoint, request body, headers and token I'm passing. It's very easy to create actually. So we can just create a function like this, so that you can easily utilize this function into your API framework. So I created this function, and coming to my test case, this is my test cases. See, I was imported playwright test, and also I am imported X. So from API utils, this one I imported, and I created the object for the same. Through this object, I am assessing the all the functions. Okay, so in here in my test cases, one I created the header is optional, as I told. In all my request headers are optional, and request body, this is my request body. I created the request body here. So you can do request body, you can send it from here, or else you can create from the JSON file and we can send it there over there also. So I created inside the test case only, and create a one response variable for the storing into the response. I created const response and await ap dot post request. This is my object, and I'm calling post request, and this is my endpoint URL. And request body, this is see, request body, this one request body, and header it will be pointing to this one header. So header is optional, but just I'm for showing one of the API. So just I have created the header. Okay, so then I'm printing the console.log post request after once my API request got hit. So I need to get the response body. So I that's why I use the data. If you write the data means it will fetch the body response actually response of the body. Okay, so we have to use data. If you don't use json.stringify, if you only write the response to data, then you will get a object. You won't get the json format, all the fields. So that's why I given json.stringify to converting into properly json fields, so that easily I can read and do the assertions. And same thing, console.log, I'm printing the status as well. And if you need to print the status code, then use the response.status. Okay, so you see I'm doing the assertion, expect response dot name to equal, so it should be equal. If it's not matched in the my assertion, it will fail. Okay, and same thing, I'm using the get response as well. So I created one more variable, get response. In here I'm doing the get request. Okay, so you have it api dot get request. In the there's the endpoint url, and console.log, same thing, I'm converting to get response dot data, and I'm printing over here. And console.log log and get response dot three of name. So what it will be, I'm just printing and expect get response dot three dot name to equal to apple iphone 1664 GB. I'm doing the validation of the name, and same thing I'm doing on the array of fifth name also. I'm doing the validation, apple airpod. If both get pass, actually it will do the assertion. If both are matched, then only it will pass, or else it will fail my test cases. So now I will run my test cases and I will show you guys. See, my test case got executed and passed. See, my access status code is 200. I printed, and this is my post request response body, and this is my get request response body. So, in the get request response body, we have a list of data, right? So, very, you know, very hard to understand the actually JSON objects and fields over here. So, what I can do, so we have a one website, JSON Pathfinder, where you can just copy and paste over here, so that you will get, and click on beautify, so that it will make a JSON properly in this website. Okay, so once you get do the beautify, it will show in this like this in the JSON array format, so that you can easily take the field values and you can validate to the assertion. If you don't know like how we can take it, you can use this website, so that you will can easily fetch the field. So in my case, so example, I need to validate something from the um, id, right? So id1, id2, id3, id4, id5. Okay, so Samsung Galaxy Z Fold. So in the ID5 means ID6. Sorry, I'm saying. Yeah, so Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. Okay, so ID5, right? I need to validate. Okay, I don't want. So let's go for price on RS. Okay, this is the price. I need to validate a price of Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 mobiles. Okay, so what? How can I validate this price? So you can hit the price over here. Okay, so what I will do, take this one, leave the x on, copy whole things, come down. Okay, and do the assertions, expect get response dot, I can pass the data over here. Okay, dot 2 equals, paste this price. So like this we can take and validate the response data. We can do the assertion, so you can easily, we can find out the attributes and the values. We can do the assertion over here. Thank you guys.